Hello everybody, Salvate Discipoli and Salvate Omnes. Welcome again to another episode of Latin in Layman's, where I want to just shout out Juneteenth. It's Juneteenth today. It's also one of my best friend, Connor, his birthday today. Little did he know that his birthday would actually become a recognized national holiday, but you know what? I love it. That being said, also, he got engaged today, so send out all the good vibes to my boy Connor. I love him, man. He's just like all of us. Life is tough, and it's been tough for all of us. And I have seen what he has had to go through and overcome. And you know what? You should be proud wherever you're at, whatever stage you are in your life, because that's why I have this. This is my very first tattoo. I was actually talking about it today. It's the rings of a tree, a cross section of a tree. And that's the thing, is that some of the inner circles representing life in this way, some of these inner circles are past lives of mine. Past lives that I'm not proud of. But again, those past lives also aren't who I am now. They are my history. They are annihilated dust at this point. I've come from a lot. You've come from a lot. But to be able to look back and not judge yourself, but say, you know what? It is my history, but my history does not define who I am right now, presently, currently, as the main character of the video game that I currently am undergoing. That being said, I don't have any words because you can't really etymologize Juneteenth, but I'm here as an ally for all my people out there. And one word that I really love, and I love to show people, and I have people coming in and out of my the Latin land here on TikTok, that I might as well go ahead and do it again. Xenomorph, just kidding. Phobia. But that's also where we get a xenomorph. Why don't we just go ahead and do that real quickly, because I like a xenomorph as well. And I love doing cross connections between words in order to show how language is it just folds in upon itself. It's like, because I've only played the first Dark Souls, but you know how that game kind of folds in upon itself as you continue to traverse bosses and stuff like that, and then you all of a sudden you unlock a new place, you drop back down to where you were before so you could light a campfire and be okay. Oh my gosh, I remember I played that video game. We're rambling, you guys are with me today. I remember playing that after school with my buddy Alex during high school. We just swap because I wasn't allowed to own M games and he was, so I utilized that opportunity to its fullest degree, where we would just play back and forth every single time we died. So we had plenty of time playing, because I've never died so much in a video game in my life. Xenophobia. Xeno. It actually comes from the Greek xenos. But there's also a custom that I've talked about in the Greek called xenia. Xenia is something that I like to talk about a lot because it's just hospitality, essentially. It was a way in which Greeks conducted themselves. You had a stranger come to your house, knock on your door. Almost sounds very Dracula-esque, but you had to invite them in, give them hospitality, food, and that kind of stuff. If you didn't do that, that was actually hubris. And to do that also was, like I've said in the past, it was to kind of cover your ass, right? Because you don't know that sometimes, or you didn't know whether a stranger was actually just a god coming down from the heavens as a disguise, a god or a goddess, or if it was an actual just person needing some lodging and some refuge for a night, okay? So if you were to do that to a god and say like, hell no, get out of here, bro, stay tuned, you're about to get offed. So xenia is that hospitality where you're always showing xenia because it's community. However, xenos in the Greek means stranger. Another person that is depicted as the stranger is Dionysus in the Bacchae. Phobia, we always know. Fear of the stranger, etymologizing from the suffix back to the prefix. So, fear of the stranger is literally what xenophobia means. And I love that because it just shows that those that show and exhibit xenophobia are just ignorant. They just don't want to know more. That's the thing. People get defensive and such when they just simply don't know. And when they're not willing to try and understand, that's where you get a bunch of poopy buttholes in this world. And we see a lot of poopy buttholes, right, you guys? Some really stinky ass poopy buttholes, by the way. I hate those people. Because we're all just, you know what? I embrace the stranger. I embrace the new. I embrace what I don't know because it's just an opportunity for me to go from the unknowing to the knowing. I don't know why we wouldn't want to understand other people. Because the more you know, the more you know. And the more you know, featuring a little sip from shout out Cafe Vita that I used to work for back in the day. The more you know, the more you know. And the more you can carry yourself confidently throughout this life. At least, that's what I think. You can differ. And that's on you. And that's your opinion, like I've talked about before. People have opinions, just like buttholes. Just keep yours a little bit more clean than these poopy buttholes, okay? So, with that being said, because I want to talk about it now, morph comes from the Greek. Morphe. Morphe refers to, in the verb form, to change, really, or to shape. But this really just means form, shape, mold. Skibidi-bibidi-bop. What am I seeing? A xenomorph is just a stranger body. I love that we call it that because xenomorphs don't just look like one type of alien. They can look like a lot of different aliens. And for those that don't know me, I love Alien. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And I saw somebody doing a TikTok about, you're a man if I can guess one of your favorite movies, and apparently she listed Alien, and I was like, come on, screw you. Not just men like Alien. I know. Why are we genderizing these guys? Stop. It's Juneteenth. So if you didn't know now, you know. And with that being said, I'm done. This has been a long video. I've been doing long videos lately. I hope you're here for it. I know that a lot of people aren't here for it. And if you got here for it, let me know. Comment below that you're not TikToked, because I know that most people were. It reminds me back in the day when I would do those On Those Day a year ago, when I would have a different haircut and people wouldn't even like avert their gaze to where it says On This Day a year ago. And they'd be like, oh my God, you got your hair cut. And then they'd comment on another one. They're like, oh my God, your hair is long again. I was like, yeah, I can miraculously shave my head and then just flex really hard and grow new follicles in like 2 minutes. No, people are so stupid sometimes. I'm done. Sorry.